Tales from the Front Lines, June 2nd, 2020, posted 20 hours ago by Locust Thorns. Today there was a massive peaceful protest in Philadelphia. It was exactly what all the pearl-clutching liberals could have asked for. Even the chants are mostly PG-13. We got onto the highway, as often happens with protests. We were occupying the highway, drivers honked in support. We held it for about 10 minutes. We were moving forward, but fell back when we saw a line of riot police. As we retreated, some of them began to sneak through traffic. People didn't even notice them until they started shooting. I was shot in the abdomen while standing with my hands up. I would guess it was a pepper ball because there was no muzzle flash or bang. Then they began gleefully unloading on the crowd. No warning, no verbal commands, nothing. They literally got our attention by shooting us. Police at the other end of the march began unloading gas on the crowd. They have us completely boxed in. The only escape is a steep hill with a tall fence. Everyone panicked and made for that fence. People were clustered there. It was almost a human crush. As the crowd got more dense, the police began to really lay on the cruelty. They began unloading gas canister after gas canister on everyone, people who could clearly not escape. We were cornered, completely trapped, and they were unleashing their arsenal on us. This wasn't about dispersing us. This was about making people suffer. The cops who were sneaking through the cars came up on the bottom of the hill now, where masses of young people were screaming, crying, and struggling to get away. Slowly, methodically, they began unloading mace and spraying more, less lethal rounds into the mass of human bodies already drowning in a cloud of CS gas. More cops arrived and began grabbing and arresting the stragglers. They were lined up and forced to soak in the gas cloud with not even a face mask while handcuffed and immobile. This is torture. Canister after canister landed at my feet. I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe, neither could anyone around me. The only sound was screams, groans, crying, hacking, and coughing. There's still a respiratory pandemic. This was punctuated with the continuous pops and booms of even more canisters being detonated. I made it over the fence with what strength I had, unable to breathe, and finally made it to clear air. As did the lucky other ones around me who got away. Directly above the crowd that was recovering from this attack was a helicopter doing several extremely low flybys and blasting us with an LRAD. So many brave and heroic people stayed at the fence to help others climb over, even as the gas rained down on them too. So many people were out with water to help wash the irritants from people's eyes. When you see this, ask yourself, who do you trust with your life? The helpers or the attackers? This was a peaceful protest, overwhelmingly. But if this is how they treat peaceful protesters, what options are we left with? If you decry rioting because it's violent, then why should only one side be committing the violence? The same side that's wielded power and used it for one-sided racist violence for centuries. They don't respect peace. You will not appeal to the goodness of their hearts. Today it was clear that their only intention was to hurt people as much as possible. The police today demonstrated their capacity for gleefully inflicting sadistic cruelty on other people. Do not believe the BS coming from the mayor or police commissioner. There was zero warning before this attack. It is right to rebel.